Hi, this is the Bratz Boys Club, and I am Jesse. And today I'm going to introduce you to another one of my Bratz Boys. I made a couple of videos before about the Sun-Kissed Summer Collection Bratz Boys. I believe there are 5 of those, but I only own 3 of them. I think it's Cade, Koby, and Iton. This video particularly is about the Sun-Kissed Summer Koby, and here he is. I am very excited about this series because, once again, we're talking about the very early 2000s Bratz Boys. So, for example, this particular collection, you would have a lot of accessories that would come in with the Bratz Boy. And the box artwork is amazing. Like I said, I only have 3 of the actual 5 Sun-Kissed Summer Collection 2004 Bratz Boys. And of course, I did not purchase these at retail price or when they were being offered at retail. I have been purchasing them through a website as collection items or collectibles. So most of these, some of these are almost in mint condition. The 3 that I purchased for the Sun-Kissed Summer Collection are not. They are, of course, not used. They're in the box. They've got all of their accessories, but they're not in mint condition. There's wear and tear on the box. The plastic is not glossy and new. Some of them have been retaped either by the original owner or by me when they arrived. So there's a lot of imperfection in these, which is not a problem. And of course, when you purchase them as collectibles or as collection items, they most of the time are more expensive than what you would have actually had to spend on them at retail. Like if you would have purchased this as a toy, you would have spent maybe half that back when you would purchase it as retail, as opposed to when you're purchasing it as a collectible. Yeah, I did pay a collectible price for the item because it's no longer a toy; it's a collectible item. It's it's going to be a collection item. But particularly the series, I'm really interested in, and I'm really excited about this series because, like I said before, in the early 2000s, the Bratz Boys, most of them came with a lot of accessories. You would have a Bratz Boy doll, and you would have either one, or in this case, for the Sun-Kissed Summer, you've got 2 pairs of clothing. You've got a surfboard. You've got, of course, the Bratz Boy has his shorts. This one has a frisbee. It has a volleyball. It has maybe a second set of like sandaled feet, plus his set of bare feet. Has some glasses, and of course it has a comb somewhere in here. Some of these have the comb somewhere in here. It's floating about. I actually have purchased a couple of boxes of Bratz Boys that are mint, but the comb is sometimes missing because the box becomes loose from the back, and then the comb just floats out, and it's never found. But either way, another reason why I'm very excited about this series in particular, which I know sounds sort of weird, is because for the first time we get to see the Bratz Boys without a shirt. So yes, we finally get to see them, to see what they look like without a shirt. And as I have explained this on my 2 other previous videos of the series, of the Sun-Kissed Summer series, over the years, I believe I bumped into this little scenario online. There are some fanatics and enthusiasts and collectors, not collectors, but I'm thinking enthusiasts of the Bratz Boys and the Bratz, who have undressed the Bratz Boys they've purchased over the years. And in particular, we're talking about the chest area, which has changed somewhat throughout the years. So you've got a Bratz Boy with maybe a thinner waist as opposed to one with a slightly thicker waist, which really has no bearing on the chest, which is still somewhat or very firmly fit. It's still a very fit, athletic brat boy, but in many cases you will see something slightly different on the chest. Either way, I was particularly just in love with the idea of having a Bratz boy who was finally shirtless, was a little bit more laid back, and for the first time I was able to see what he looked like without a shirt. There was some talk back then in the very beginning of having to do with some concerned parents or something of the sort, with the fact that the Bratz boys were, for lack of a better term, very, very physically relatable to the male anatomy of of a male individual, of what they look like without a shirt, and it was a problem for some parents. As in my from what I'm looking at here, to me it still looks like a doll. I really don't see a problem here. Yes, the doll is athletic. You can see there's some kind of a definition, some kind of fit look to the doll, to the finish of the doll. Nonetheless, it looks like a doll, so I really don't see any issues with the doll looking in any specific way. I mean, it still has everything that you would expect on a Bratz boy, and then some, of course, because it has no shirt. But like I said, I was really excited about these, in particular for that reason, and for the fact that these actually have a lot more accessories that come along with them. The box is slightly bigger, and of course, I really love the artwork. There's a lot of really good artwork with these, and it looks incredible. They are very particular about that when we're talking about this collection. There's a little bit of a description on the back of the box. Of course, the artwork, like I said, it's amazing. So that was another take on it. The boxes are really interesting. As an example, the little holder here, it's very unique. It's a very special kind of durable plastic as opposed to what we get nowadays. It was given a lot more attention than what we get now, of course. So you can see why I'm a little excited about these. Not just the Sunkissed Summer collection, but a few of the collections in the very from the early 2000s. If you actually spend, because I'm pretty sure that these at retail would have gone for a little bit more than just your regular Bratz Boy in a regular box with like the regular one piece apparel. I'm pretty sure these would have gone for maybe half of what you would have paid for something like per se the Rocket collection. I believe I've got 3 of those where you get a Brat Boy and a pair of clothing and then a couple of accessories, and that's it. These would have gone for just maybe a little bit more, just because they come with a little bit more, not much more, I believe, because it was back then. We're talking about many years ago. So, but now in comparison, of course, to now, you've got an item which is now collectible. It's sealed somehow, somewhat sealed. And specifically this item, actually, from the collector that I got it, they kept it or tried to keep it as mint as possible. Like I said, some of these, the tape wears off on the back. It's happened to me as well. I've had to work on mine to make sure they're sealed again. It's not the same tape that is used at the stores that we have to use, so sometimes we have to make do with whatever we have. But we try to keep the box as mint as possible. We try to keep everything in the box. I've tried. And so this one in particular is very amazing. It's got everything in there that it should have. I really haven't seen or looked for the comb. Maybe it's not there. I'm going to look for it maybe at a later time. But I was really excited to bump into this one. In the website I'm currently using for my purchases of Bratz Boyz collectibles. So the minute I saw him, I just knew I had to have him. And I just cannot believe my luck. He is just perfect in every way. And like I said, the boxes back then were the best. Everything about the boxes back then, screams quality, screams money. They were using a lot of money. They had a lot of money for these. Not so much so now. I mean, it's embarrassing to say, but it's now different. But either way, so this is the 2004 Sunkissed Summer Koby, and I snatched him up as a collectible through a website that I frequent now, where I purchase my Bratz Boyz collectibles. He is not in perfect condition. The box has got a bit of wear and tear, which is fine. It's not glossy, doesn't look clear, looks a little bit scratched, may have a couple of imperfections here and there. It's okay for what it is. The price was a little high. It wasn't too expensive. Either way, I just loved the price, so I had to get them. And I have to give a shout out to these collectors that I am purchasing from in that website. They are in particular the best collectors out there, and I just want to mention that. They take very good care, very great care of their items, of their collector's items, much more sometimes than I ever did for the ones that I owned from the store. And when they send them completely in protective gear. We're talking a box slightly bigger than the actual item. They use bubble wrap. I'm thinking 5 or 6 sheets around it. The box is taped all over with fragile sticker stamps on top of it, so everyone knows this is a fragile item. But like I said, this is an incredible find for me. I am excited to have 3 of them. I believe I've got Koby, Kate, and Aiton, and I'm very thrilled to have these in my collection. So I'm really, really excited to have this one form part of my ever-growing collection. And once again, this is the 2004 Sunkissed Summer Koby. He comes with all of these accessories here. He's a very, very exciting collectible, and I'm very, very excited, very happy to have him as part of my collection. Thank you for watching. I'm going to be uploading another video about another one of the Bratz Boyz very soon. For now, it's pretty much all I've got to talk about this series or collection in particular. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you then. Bye.